Hello scrapbooking friends, and thank you for joining me for a video today. Today I'm going to share with you my Christmas album, December 2021 album. And today's share, I'm taking part in the Christmas in January hop over on YouTube and Instagram. So there'll be some links below of the other people taking part, so you could go and have a look at what they've been doing too. But for me, it's album share today. So I finished my main Christmas album. I've still got the one to do for this album covers December, but there is 1 week missing because that week is going to be in another album, which is for a week when I was away at my little retreat that I went on. So I did manage to fit everything into this one album, probably because there is 1 week missing. And I didn't really do much after Christmas. Normally I would probably take it right up until January, but this time I didn't really do that. So yeah, it's just kind of like December really. So this is the album that I've shown before. It's the Echo Park album, and I've added a Bamble Fox perspective here and just a little sticker on the for the cover there. And then as we open up the album, I've got this lovely little pocket here with a tag in it that my lovely friend Moira sent to me, and Moira takes part in Christmas in January as well, so she'll have a video for you to watch. And she sent me this lovely tag, and I just wrote a little bit on there about it being the first Christmas without my Elvis, and also the fact that my parents were not able to come again because of COVID. But you know, it's just a little memory thing, that is. So this is the cover, which I've shown before. It's a tribute to Elvis with the Hey Little Magpie piece there, a few little Tim Holtz stickers, a little die cut there. Yeah, that's the first page. And then these are the pages that relate to my husband's birthday, which I've finished now. And it's just really about the dogs, helping to unwrap. Our dog Elvis used to really love doing that, and Chester's pretty good at it, so it was good fun. I've used a Dotty About Flair piece there, and this was just a tag from a birthday gift. So yeah, Project Life cards as well. And like I've said before, everything that I use for my Christmas album is just from my stash. I don't necessarily know what you know, designer it was or anything, but it's just stuff that I'm using up really. And then we move on to going it's also the day that we the anniversary of when we adopted Buddy, the 1st of December, so I usually put a little bit in there about that as well. And he was very poorly at the beginning of last year, so obviously grateful that he pulled through that. He had a very rare illness, and it took a long time for him to be diagnosed. And he did pull through, so thankfully. So that's just a little bit about that really. And obviously we went out that day and we got fish and chips and stuff, so that was good. This page I've shown before. This was just the 1st day of December with my Christmas jumper. And this one again I've shown before. This was the 2nd of December with my Christmas jumper, a different Christmas jumper this time. And this was this one as well, and this one. So that was the 3rd. And then this one and this one, I think in my other video I said I was going to put it in my retreat week, but I decided to actually put it in this week because it does relate to home rather than away. And as I'd already done that page and there wasn't really anything else to say about that day, that's what I put it in here instead. And the same with this one. So these have all appeared before. So this is where I decided to because in all my Christmas albums I always have journaling, a lot of journaling, and because I've been doing these pages, 6 by 8 pages, I've not really done any. So what I did was I did one little card for each of the days, apart from the 1st, because I'd done some journaling on the 1st. So I did yeah, one card for each day, and just what we were doing really. So that's that. And then I did the same for the 6th because I had to go out that day, and then there is a gap between then and when I come back from my retreat, which is a bit strange, but it's in the other album, and there is kind of a mention of that here. So it's not like there's just a gap and there's no mention of it. So all the way through I'm just using stickers, and I really do like to try and use it in my stash in my mini albums and my pocket page albums. So I don't necessarily do a lot of designing, but I do like to use products and stamps as well. So, and then we move on to coming back from my retreat. The 14th was, we'd had all new windows fitted in the house, so that was the day that I had to get everything cleaned. well, the first day of starting to get everything clean, and then of course the next day starting to do the decorations. So that's those 2 days, and again here, and then I made us a nice pre-Christmas dinner to enjoy. And I'd finished the decorating by now, so it's time to get a tree. I just needed to get a tree and just relax a little bit, so that was good. So it took me about 3 days altogether to just get everywhere cleaned again after the windows being fitted, and decorating the house, of course, for Christmas. I did a little photo shoot. I always like to do this photo shoot by in this place in the garden with the snow. I put the snowflakes in the windows. I really like to do that photo. So yeah, that was nice. That was on the 17th. I've put a little stickers there, and then the 18th I just went out and about. I got the tree and donated some things to charity, that kind of thing. So that's just all on here, and then just a photo of Chester there, sleeping on with the Christmas themed cushions. And then the 19th was decorating the tree. And I put it, we've got like a separate building, which is kind of an office building. But when my parents visit, we tend to spend time in there, and they sort of watch what they want to watch in here on the TV. And especially since COVID, you know, just, you know, because it's better to spend more time apart than together when they visit. So yeah, so I decided to put the tree in there because I thought we'd be spending a lot of time in there this year, but that didn't happen in the end. But yeah, I did put it in there. And then just a little picture of the 4 decorations for our 2 dogs that have passed away, and then the 2 dogs that we have now, Buddy and Chester. So then the 20th was just a little bit, you know, it was one of those days where there was a lot of uncertainty about what's going to be happening with restrictions and everything. So yeah, they had a meeting, a COBRA meeting, which was a Cabinet Office briefing room meeting, which is, they only do that when there's very serious things that need to be discussed. But in the end, they didn't make any changes, and everyone thought they were going to make changes, and it was just all kind of like up in the air, and it was a bit frustrating, really. And then, because of all that, on the 21st, the Prime Minister actually came out and said that you know, there were not going to be any restrictions before Christmas. It was because the media were kind of going crazy, because we really all thought that there were going to be restrictions because the whole world was being locked down again. But yeah, no, he came out and said no, so it didn't happen. And then we were kind of dithering about what we should do with whether my parents should travel or not. But, you know, in the end, we decided not to, because they have to get a ferry crossing, and I was just concerned about them being stuck at the ferry terminal, because there was a lot of problems with infrastructure in those days where staff, you know, a lot of places were short-staffed, and the infrastructure looked as though it was going to like collapse a little bit. And the last thing I wanted was them travelling down and being stranded at the ferry terminal with no ferries. And on the 22nd, it did look as though that might happen. There were a few issues with the ferry, so we just made the decision for them not to travel. And in the end, after that, there didn't seem to be as many problems, but, you know, we just wanted to be safe. So that's what we did. So I took a nice calming walk, another 6x8 page here. And reading a book just to try and relax a little bit. And then on the 22nd, this is when we decided that they were not going to come down. So I was just kind of like relaxing a little bit, reading a book, and I really desperately wanted to use this. Normally I would use something like this related to, you know, decorating, deck the halls, that kind of thing. But because it matched my joggers, I thought, oh, I have to use it on here. So I did. And I thought they were like, I ordered them online, and, you know, as with online, they're kind of quite thin. I thought they were like thicker fabric joggers, but they're quite thin. They're more like pyjamas, really. So I just relaxed. And then what I did was, because my parents were not coming, I quickly packaged up all their gifts and sent them off to them by tracked mail for them to get them in time for Christmas. So that's what we did on that day. And then not too much happening here, just a few chores. Took Buddy to the vet for a checkup, and he was fine. Using stickers again, and I like to use a mixture of alphas and Flair and all kinds of things, using up old alphas. And then on Christmas Eve, my husband actually got his booster jab that day, and I started reading a new book, and we just popped out to a area that we like to go to with the dogs, which we actually went there today as well. And we got some fish and chips to bring home, which is not something we normally do, but that was nice. Like I say, we had to go in and get the food. And then in the evening we lit candles for Billy and Elvis, who are no longer with us. So that was just, you know, a quiet Christmas Eve at home. And then when I woke up on Christmas morning, my mum had sent these photos through to me of her and Dad saying waiting for Santa. So that was quite nice. It made me laugh. And yeah, it was just a nice start to the day really, because they were at home obviously and we were here. But yeah, it was funny, very funny, and nice photos as well. I've noticed that there's kind of a few issues with my photos that I've been printing. I've noticed on some of them. I use a Canon selfie printer, and there's a few marks on some of these photos, so I might have to reprint them, or I may probably just leave them, but I'd not noticed that, so I have to keep an eye on that. And then Christmas Day, we took the dogs for a little walk around the village, and then we came home, you know, to open our gifts. I've got a flare piece there, Dotty about flare, some little faux brads there, and a sticker, and just Project Life cards. A lot of people just put the photos into the pocket without anything, without mounting them on anything. But I just find, because I use the selfie printer, that the photos don't fit the pocket, you know, like they don't fit and stay in place because they're a little bit loose, and I really don't like that. So I always back photos on some kind of card stock, whether it's a Project Life card or one that I just cut down myself. I just always do that. And then on the back here is some of the gifts that I received. I finally got my James Bond movie to watch, which I was excited about because, you know, it got delayed so many times. And then just the dogs again helping to open the gifts, and with my husband there. And just I made up a little card there. And another Alpha that's quite old that I've been using. And then just Christmas lunch, the two of us, and the weather was just not really very nice at all on Christmas Day, so just a little photo there showing the rain. We just really had quite a relaxing day. We didn't do too much. We watched the All Creatures Great and Small Christmas special, which we enjoyed. Chatted to Mum later on Messenger, so that was quite nice. We had a little fun chat. And then Boxing Day, we had another walk with the dogs, and it was damp still. And my husband made the lunch, and just a kind of strange day really. I didn't even sit at the table to eat my lunch. I sat on the sofa with a lap tray, which is, you know, on Boxing Day I would never normally do that. But it was just a funny old day really. Just mostly wore my pyjamas and read my book, I think, and just, you know, not much else really. It's a very quiet day. And of course you can't really, I mean, I wouldn't normally go out on Boxing Day anyway, but obviously you couldn't really do anything at the time because of COVID and everything. And then I really like this, Rosie's Got a Thing. They make cards, and I do buy cards from them as well, but they quite often put these things up on social media. And this one was hysterical. Yes, I would absolutely be interested in turkey sandwiches, thank you. And this is my, you know, turkey sandwich. So yeah, just made me smile. And then after the 26th, between the 27th and the 31st, it was just really, you know, just at home. Not really anything exciting happened. My husband went back into the office, and the dog's obviously helping him there. Another Dotty About Flare piece there, and some wood veneers, a very old Alpha that I like to use. More Project Life cards. And then this is New Year's Eve. So my husband... Before Christmas, my husband had been to the mainland, and he picked up some Indian food from a really nice Indian restaurant in Southampton. And what we did was we put it in the freezer and kept it for New Year. So we'd been looking forward to that. So that's what we took out of the freezer for New Year. And then I haven't done any... Oh yeah, I did do a little bit of writing there. It's just that we got the Indian food, and we finally watched the James Bond film. And also West Side Story, but the original West Side Story film, because although the new film's out and I'm desperate to see it, it's not available. You can only see it at the cinema, so I'm not really going to the cinema at the moment, so I've got to wait for that to be released. But I'm hoping that'll be quite soon now, because that came out quite a few weeks ago. So yeah, New Year's Eve. New Year's Day we went for a forest walk, and then I just watched a little bit of TV, and I was reading my book again, chatted with my friend, that kind of thing. And then good riddance to 2021, because, you know, it wasn't a very good year for me, what with the dogs, and we lost our dog Elvis, and just, you know, carrying on with COVID and everything. But yeah, anyway, and then that's Buddy saying goodbye to 2021 rather rudely. Chester with one of his new toys. And I made these cookies I'd made some cookies in December. I'm not sure if I put a photograph in here. I don't think I did, but I did a layout about them. My previous Christmas cookies layout was about those. And then I'd got another recipe that I wanted to try, so I thought I hadn't got around to it, so I didn't make them until January, and I actually preferred those to the other ones, so they were really, really nice. You put in some crumbled up Christmas cake or Christmas pudding into the mixture, and really lovely. So I'll definitely make those again. Probably won't bother with the other ones again though, but yeah, so that's just really the final entry. And then where my dogs go for their grooming, they just put this nice little post on Facebook. It's just really a little tribute to all the dogs that passed away during the COVID period, and they'd included my Elvis on there, which was really nice of them. So I just took a sort of a screenshot of that and popped that in there as just a final piece. And then this is just a Christmas card that my cousin, I normally make all my cards, including Christmas cards, but my cousin had made these really nice cards, so I asked her to make me some, because they've got the Cavaliers on, and I added like a little Christmassy touch to them with a wood veneer piece and sent those out to some family and friends. So yeah, I just thought I'd pop that in the final page there. I do normally put in another page with like the cards and gifts that we've received, but I'm not sure that I'm going to do that this year. I do keep a note of that separately, but I don't think I'll do a page for that in my album this year. So yeah, so hopefully you've enjoyed having a little flick through there. Like I say, I always use anything that's in my stash for my Christmas album. I don't have a particular kit or stick with a particular set of papers and embellishments or anything. I just use what I've got, and I take the opportunity to, you know, stash dive, so to speak, and not stash the stash. So that's finished. So yeah, thanks for joining me. I've still got my other album to do. I haven't done anything else on that since I showed it to you before, so that's my next project. I'm also starting doing a traveller's notebook for this year instead of Project Life, which I've started to work on, but I'll show that in a different video. Yeah, and I've got a lot of Christmas layouts to do still. I've got another period in the next week or so where we're getting more works done at home, so I probably won't be able to do too many. I won't be doing too much scrapbooking, and I've got to empty my craft room again to get all that work done. But I'm excited about it because it's nice that my craft room will finally be finished, and hopefully by then in the next couple of weeks I'll be able to settle in, get lots of scrapbooking done and lots of videos, and everything will be good again. So yeah, once again, thanks for joining me, and please hop onto the other links and see what the other people have been up to with their Christmas crafting in January. And thanks for joining me. Stay safe, take care, and I shall see you next time.